corner. That your facts are backwards. Nas is a rebel of the street corner, pulling it out the dresser. Police got me under pressure. I'm not your legal type of fella, drinking the street dweller who's always on the corner. Bless when I dress is never nothing less than guess.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Playoff game 1 now, history. Time for game 2 of this series here on 2K Sports. We're in the first round. Shaquille O'Neal is here, so is Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Boston Celtics. Looking at Boston, they managed to steal game 1 and now can take a commanding lead in the series with another win tonight. They're trying to seize control. All right, looking at Jared Sullinger. Came into the league and most thought he would just be a role player, but Kenny, he's shown that when he's healthy, he's on the floor, he can be a significant contributor on offense.
Well, you know, the role player word is a little misused because everyone has a role. Some guys score more, some guys rebound more, some guys assist more.
Some guys talk more.
And some guys talk more. And he's added a three-pointer to his game, so that gives him a bigger role, more impact. But you just got to be careful around this guy because you really can, if you're not defending him correctly, he can get 15 or 20 points pretty easily.
Ernie.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 2 of this exciting NBA playoff series. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's the Miami Heat taking on the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at Boston, they've already stolen the momentum in this series, winning Game 1. Now in the catbird seat, can they close it out here at home?
Kevin, folks will tell you that the closeout game is always the hardest in the playoffs, but when you've got a chance to close a team out, you've got to make sure that you're focused and determined to get it done. And you need to do that by taking advantage of the opportunity.
Absolutely. I mean, they've really got to feel like this is their chance to win the series. I mean, if they drop this one and have to go back to a hostile environment, chances are they're not going to come out on top.
So here's Miami's starting group. D-Wade out there with the man. Then there's Chris Bosh. Then it's Fisher. And it's Anderson in at the 3, the small forward. On defense, Miami, they come off the loss on Friday.
Yeah, and that was a night where they just didn't seem to be the type of team that we've grown accustomed to seeing. I mean, it was more about them being individuals on the floor than the collective unit.
Guys, I think it was simply a vacuum of leadership. Nobody really gathered the team and tried to rally them or pull them together. You know, that was most disappointing about the loss to me. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Outside Bosh. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Now here's James. That's good from 17 feet away.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Wade kicks to Bosh. He dishes it to Anderson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Bird against Wade. And here's Bird. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Shot's good. Bird's got his first bucket of the night.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Bosh can't get it to go.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Tie game in Boston. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful 10.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks Boston is stockpiled.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Very few mistakes, partner, and they have to be pleased with the way they've executed.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Boston, the franchise is out there with the bulldozer. And it's Mr. Fundamentals. Then there's Smooth. And it's Bird in at the point guard. He feeds it to Ross. They set the pick. Back to Bird. Puts it up. That one rolling around and rims out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
I like the move to go 2 for 1.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. In the corner, it's James. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. James has got his second basket of the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. And
a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Heat. They lead by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Dwayne, give us your perspective on that first half.
I like the way we started the game. You know, sometime on the road we start off slow, so I thought we got to the fight early. And it's our 2 good teams, so, you know, it's the way it should be.
Dwayne, thank you. Always fun to watch. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Round 1 action of the playoffs continuing on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us for the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Looking at Miami, they've battled hard, not letting their loss in Game 1 affect their performance tonight. But the second half is going to tell the tale of whether they go into Game 3 desperate for a win or with momentum on their side and a 1-1 series tie. Kenny, let's start with you. What you think about the Heat?
Well, they called the right plays, and then they executed them. Great job in the first half. That's why they were so efficient, and they shot so accurately. The defense threw a number of different looks at them, but they were always prepared because they were cool, calm, and efficient.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Their defense is getting flat out embarrassed. Embarrassed, however you say it, Ernie. I realized they had to deal with a team who was red hot most of the first half, but that's an excuse. You know what? They got to be aggressive. They got to step up on that D. They got to prevent that. They need more effort, Ernie.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of Round 1 in the NBA playoffs.
Bosh played a great quarter of basketball. He has 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
On the floor for Miami, they've got the mayor. Chris Bosh is out there with Fisher. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Anderson into the small forward.
And everybody out of the way. I mean, clear the lane. We've got some rims to rattle.
What a sensational play to get to the rack for the slam.
Strong interior move. Aggressive, assertive, and effective.
Swift, the pass to James. And good on the basket. Look it. James has got 6.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft big.
Wade outside. He kicks to Fisher. Wade dishes to Fisher. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Nobody was better at cleaning the glass than this group of players. Here are the regular season's top rebounders. Well, you look at Fisher, 3rd in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. They set the pick. James outside. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. And that's now 9 points for the franchise. The Heat with the lead. Wade with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pass to Bosh. Ross grabs the board.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Here's Wade. There's the dish to Bosh. Hits it from 3-point range. Bosh has got 11 points.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Heat lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue with this round 1 matchup. Celtics trail by 3. They've got the franchise. Smooth out there with Bird. And there's the bulldozer. And it's Mr. Fundamentals in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Boston 5. Bird. And again, it's Boston converted.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. But now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Here's Bird. Soft touch off the glass. Bird's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
.129 left to play here in the 4th. And the layup falls.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
1:25 left in the fourth. Here's Smooth. Pass to Ross. James kicks to Ross. Passes it to Mr. Fundamentals. Miami grabs the miss. Wade with it, and it's Bird picking him up. Wade passes to Fisher. Money!
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Now the pass to Bird. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
And it's Wade penetrating.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
On the wing, Bird. 16 feet away. Fisher grabs the board.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Now the Heat with it. And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
You know, mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. To the paint, here's Mr. Fundamentals. Buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
And there's the foul. It's on the franchise. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Crowder, he's checked in for Boston. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line. And it's a 7-point game. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. They grab their own miss. And here's Bird for 3. The shot is off. Dragic with some nice D. And so it's Miami winning this one. And you got to feel good about getting each and every game here in the postseason.
You know, Kevin, each game is just so significant and magnified. This has got to feel really good.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Chris, tell us a little bit about the philosophy behind your game and how this team works so well together.
Well, I mean, it's just energy and belief. It's the belief system. You know, we all work hard. I work extremely hard, and you know, when I can go out there and just play and don't think about it and play with energy, you know, good things happen.
Chris, congratulations. Kevin, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh came to play tonight, guys. And that's a frightening prospect for an opposing team. Because when you got a big who can score from anywhere like Bosh can, it doesn't take much to get him on a serious roll. Makes it easy to see why he's an all-star over and over again, year in and year out.
This series was in danger of getting away from them, but he just would not let it fall into a 2-game hold. He pumped new life into their season by leading them tonight to even the series. This kid is woo-wee.
And that will wrap up this round one broadcast of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. For Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson, and we'll see you again as the NBA playoffs continue.